Okay, so just
Let's
explain.
let's look at New York City, for example. New York City went overwhelmingly for Hillary Clinton. Brooklyn, Hillary Clinton won by
New York City went
overwhelmingly for Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
Hillary Clinton won 80% of Brooklyn. 80% of Brooklyn went for Hillary.
But New York is not a big place. There's not a lot of electoral votes for New York.
New York? Yeah, New York has a lot.
No, it doesn't. Nobody's been talking about New York the whole...
Because everybody knows New York is going to vote for Democrats.
Not New York City.
New York City is part of it. You go by state, not by city.
Right.
Look at New York City. Look at New York State as a whole. If you just look at New York State as a whole, you might think it's even. Look at New York. This is New York State. Look how much red there is. Look how much Trump won. But where Trump won the red, nobody really lives. Nobody lives in upstate New York. Like, if you go to... But Hillary won all the cities upstate New York. Like Buffalo, Rochester,
So who won New York last time? Hillary?
Hillary won by more than 2 million votes.
Even though that's all red?
Because nobody lives here.
Nobody
lives in upstate New York.
Well, yes, they do.
No.
All right, what about Wisconsin?
We don't care. Let's look at New York. It's more fun in New York City. Look how many people voted in New York and Queens. Queens, who won more? Did Hillary win more votes in Brooklyn or in Queens?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, about 100,000 more votes. What about Manhattan?
I think it was more Republican.
No, she won almost 90% of the votes in Manhattan.
Oh.
Because there are all the liberals on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Think of them. You know what I mean? All the black people live in the Bronx.
Okay, what about California?
Let's move the map. We're gonna move the map over. You like when I do that, right?
Yeah. I don't know how to do that. My God.
So this is the map. Most people in California live in the cities, not in the rural areas.
So they're going to
like
vote for
Biden. Los Angeles, he almost won by more than 1.7 million votes. Just in Los Angeles, she won by.
And wait, explain to me what's going to happen in Florida.
Florida is very interesting because Florida is made up of 3 different parts. You have the southern Florida, which is Miami, Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale. Right here, Miami, Boca Raton, Palm Beach. That's Democrat. That's one part of the state. That's going to vote overwhelmingly for Biden. The blue part. The second part of Florida.
How do you know that?
Because
they're showing you on the map.
It happened in 2016. Miami, Boca Raton, it's 2016. West Palm Beach. This is going to vote overwhelmingly for Biden. The second part of the state is called upstate Florida, which is right here. It's called the Panhandle. This isn't really Florida. It's more like Georgia or Alabama. These are white hicks.
So they're going to vote for Trump?
They're going to vote overwhelmingly for Trump. But the battle for Florida is in the middle, what's called the I-4 corridor of Florida, which is the cities of Tampa,
How do you know that?
Orlando, because everyone knows that.
I don't.
This part of Florida is where it's all going to happen. See, I'm like the guy on CNN. This is where the election's decided. In Tampa, Orlando. That's where the election of Florida will happen.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, turn the TV back on now.
Thank you.